Hi, this is Joey Picard with Duxbury Youth Lacrosse. This is the Limestone Drill. The Limestone Drill is a full field, full squad, scrimmage type drill. We usually use at the end of a practice. It requires good decision making, off ball movement, communication, creativity, good passing and catching in a 4-on-3 situation. It's also very competitive, which makes it a great youth lacrosse drill. To set up the limestone drill on our full field, you're going to create 3 equal sized boxes. And the restraining box and the restraining box lines, especially for the far ends, the first and third box, will be perfect, which means you have to create a third box in the middle. You can use cones to do so, but they should be the same size as the other 2 boxes, and there should be a little space between them, maybe about 5-yard buffer. This is full squad, so you're going to have 10 players each side. Whether you're a boys team or a girls team doing this drill, 10 is the magic number for this drill. So as you can see, we have 4 players in the first box. That's 3 players and the goalie. The goalie starts off in net, but can and should come out, and we'll explain that. And then 3 boxes in each of the other 2. They're going to be playing the white team here today. The white team has 4 in their defensive end, 3 in the middle, 3 in their offensive end. So 7 players in the first and third box, 6 in the middle. If you're an older team that has positions, good idea to put your long poles and goalie in the first box, your attack in the third box, your middies in the middle. But if you're a younger team that wants to play with this, then randomly assign them to any box. That's totally okay. The way this begins is give the ball to one of the teams, starting with the goalie in net. So right here, our blue team is going to start with the ball. We're going to focus in on the action here. What we're essentially doing is these 4 players with possession of the ball, and that does include the goalie, they're going to work together to complete 4 passes while staying inside of this box. It doesn't have to be 4 in a row. The ball can drop, but they have to gain possession, and they have to complete 4 passes in order to advance to the next one, get the point. What we're encouraging as coaches is that creativity, the imagination of how they're going to do that. They have to talk to one another. This requires movement. They cannot stand still. So we're talking about cuts and picks, changes of directions, etc. They're looking to get open. We're looking for the ball carrier to find the easy and obvious open player, teammate. It's going to be there with a 4-on-3 situation, but they may have to work for it. We're going to see this play out in a minute, but what's the defense doing? The defense is working to gain possession, either intercept that ball and gain it, or if the ball gets on the ground to pick it up, or simply have the ball leave the box, either by the offense making a mistake or by them forcing them out. Then they get to have possession on their end. We'll go over all of that at the end, but we're going to watch this play out. We're going to watch as the 4 blue players complete 2, 3, 4 passes eventually. That's the third. Nice little movement here. And this player down here is going to be the one to get the ball. Coach blows the whistle. Mission complete. Point for blue. They made it work. Now we're going to pull it out to the big picture. You're going to see the same player right here. We're going to highlight, that's the player who caught that 4th ball. Whichever player does, whoever catches that 4th ball is going to bring that into the next box and repeat this process again. So as they bring this in, you're going to notice another 4-on-3. They still have the numbers. They still have the possession. They've already gained a point. They're looking for 4 more completed passes. There it is, 2 points for blue. Now, same exact thing. That player who caught the 4th one is going to bring it into the third and final box and either play it out, try to score, or they can try to complete 4 passes. That's up to the team as to how they want to finish this blue possession. But essentially what's going to happen is when the play is dead, either through a turnover or a goal or a save, coach blows the whistle, and we're going to reset. The players are going to go back to their original boxes, and now the white team has the ball, and it's their turn in this possession to try to complete 4, and then 4, and then 4 more in the final one. And this goes back and forth over and over again. There's fun ways that you can score this and make this competitive. We've explored lots of different ways, but here's one that we've sort of settled on as our consistent scoring method, which you're free to use. Completing those 4 passes and taking the ball into the next box gets you a point. So you're going to get a point for that first box and a point for the second box. If you decide to complete 4 more passes in that final box, you can get a point for that, or you can go straight to the cage or attack it with however many passes you can and get a point for that. So in a possession, it's possible for a team to get 3 or 4 points. That's up to you all to decide. We've also played around with bonus points. If a long pole, this is for a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade team, somebody from that first box can get it all the way into the third and score. We can give them a bonus point. So you're talking up to upwards of 5 points you can give an offense. Or if the goalie scores, we've done this before, not every time, but a fun wrinkle, goalie is the one to score, automatic win, game over, kind of a magic bullet, especially if a team's down big. Now, what's the defense doing? As we mentioned, they're trying to gain possession. So if they successfully do that by either intercepting it or picking up a ground ball, they steal a point. They get a point for that to their team, and they reset to their side, starting with their goalies to have a chance to get some more points. But if the ball simply leaves the box, either by an accident or being forced out, no points are awarded, but the defense does reset, stop the bleeding, start on their end, have an opportunity to get some points. And ultimately, you're looking to get a certain number of points to end this. So if you're a team that's maybe struggling to complete the 4 passes, 11 is a good number. If you are a team that's got a good opportunities to get this happen a lot, 15 is a nice, easy number. You can actually run that a couple of times, maybe 15 minutes worth. I like to do 21. That usually takes us about 15, 20 minutes to get to 21. We do it one time, but there's no set rhyme or reason for it. You can pick whatever number. You'll get to know your team and how they're scoring it. You also don't have to complete 4 passes. You can make some adjustments by having 3 or making it more challenging by having 5. Totally up to you. The point of this drill is to reinforce the 4-on-3 mentality of getting open when you don't have the ball, making the smart decisions, working together in a confined space, and then adding the points just kind of adds that little competitive edge, which makes this really, really fun for the kids. And that's the limestone drill. This is a drill that Limestone College does use, and I've seen other colleges like Virginia use it as well, which is where I saw it and gave it to my youth players, and they absolutely love it. We try to do this once every other week. If you have any questions, any feedback, if you've seen variations of the limestone drill, especially scoring mechanisms, because we've played a lot with that, we'd love to hear from you. So connect anytime. That's my email address. I want to thank you for watching, and good luck with your season.